Well, this coming weekend, we will see African leaders heading to Ethiopia for the 24th summit of the African Union. In their 50th Anniversary Solemn Declaration, the heads of state of the AU rededicated themselves to action, the continent's accelerated development and technological progress. Well, talking to us this morning, we've got Dr Richard Iroanya. He is a political analyst from the University of Pretoria. There's so many pressing issues that certainly do need to be addressed ahead of this. So we're very happy to have him here in studio with us. Thank you so much for being our guest and welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you for having me.
Good. All right. In your knowledge, has there been a strong word or plan of action to assist what's happening in Nigeria?
Well, from the African Union perspective, I think there has been a condemnation of the actions. I mean, the actions of Boko Haram in northeastern part of the country. Besides condemnation of the despicable acts of the group, the AU has now shown concrete support, to Nigeria in terms of material support, in terms of maybe deployment, to help Nigerian government fight Boko Haram, knowing very well that Boko Haram has become a regional security threat. Not only to Nigeria, but in fact to the countries along the Lake Chad basin and as well as other parts of the continent.
Yeah, indeed. Part of the AU's theme is looking to 2063 and talking about taking issues and getting things right. How realistic is this to realize when it looks like we're struggling at the moment to solve current challenges?
Oh, yeah, but these challenges have always been there, and looking towards 2063, a lot of security challenges confront the African Union, and a lot of also a lot of social problems that needs to be solved. And I think before Africans can get to the level they want to be in 2016, this problem, social problems, especially youth unemployment, which is growing at astronomical increase, this time around, these problems need to be solved. I don't want to sound very pessimistic, but since 2063, it's not very realistic to me if at this stage we are unable to solve the basic problems.
I mean, we talk about Boko Haram and we're seeing visuals at the moment right now. Would you agree that Nigeria is helpless? Looks like they're being held ransom at the moment by Boko Haram?
Well, it does appear so, because they have asked for international help. Initially, they were not asking for international help, but the government has asked for international help. Last year, we witnessed the deployment of about 30 experts from the United States, and also, as well as the supplier of drones, to help Nigeria gather intelligence. Because over the years, the government had failed to equip the army, to equip the security agents, and the intelligence gathering capability of the security forces of Nigeria appears to be very weak or inadequate at this time. So it does appear that the country is in a precarious situation. And as we go in 2 weeks or thereabout to the elections, we're going to see increasing attacks from Boko Haram. And I do not see any blueprint from the political parties, the opposition political party or the incumbent government on how these security issues are going to be addressed. So that at the moment, the country is actually in a serious problem.
What about the economy?
Oh, the economy is growing, the economy is expanding. But I think one major problem people have first to understand is that a lot of investments taking place in Nigeria, or economic activities, are not happening in southern part of the country. And the northern part appears to be completely now isolated from economic activities in the country. But then it is not creating panic among investors to the extent of scaring them away, because majority of the investments are actually in the south.
Yeah. We talk. Well, there has been a lot of talk. I mean, approximately for a decade now, there's been the talks about an African Crisis Response Army, or the African Contingency Operations Training and Assistance. I mean, I think that's the full word, that'll basically respond to situations like this. How far are we with this?
We are far from operationalizing these policies, operationalizing response to security situations in Africa. Now, the AU itself is about 80% funded by foreign donors, and if you are going to establish a rapid response team that can tackle security issues in Africa, you have to be funding yourself. You have to be self-sufficient to do that. But African countries are not. They're largely dependent upon international donor community, and that is accounts for why, even that's why the fact that the lake-basin countries have come together to look for a common solution to the security issues. Yeah. They have not been able to operationalize this because they lack, Nigeria is incapable of doing it. Cameroon, Chad, and Niger, these are very weak countries, and so they solely depend on the international community. And as it is now, it is not only proposing policies that are good, but it's also about having the capability to actualize what we are planning.
Indeed. Well, one of perhaps the most important African Union summits, it's the 24th summit, going to be held in Ethiopia. It's happening this coming weekend, and we had Dr. Richard Iroanya, political analyst from the University of Pretoria, talking to us about some of the issues under discussion, and certainly Nigeria, I imagine, being top of the agenda. All right.